Last episode. Get it. Niantic, if you're watching this, alright, which you're probably not because you don't really care about me because I'm a small creator, right? But if you're watching, actually just throwing this out into the universe, no meta shifts for this month, please. What's up, everybody? It is I here, Ninja, and welcome to the last episode, the 5th episode of the Rose Cup Meta Simplified Guide. And if you haven't watched episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, or episode 4, check out the playlist right there. All of the episodes are now out, and so you can flip around or like see if you need to review like a certain part, just hit the playlist. Today, we're gonna talk about the flying types. And these Pokemon are really like side grades of each other. They do totally different things, but there's actually two groups of flyers that you have to consider. The first one, anti-charm flying type group, right? So these Pokemon, all three of these Pokemon beat the Fairies, the Charmers, alright? And then the other group, I guess you could say the Glide Boys, okay? Gligar and Gliscor. And these Pokemon lose to the Fairies, so there's kind of like a dichotomy there. I'm sure that this is gonna be a very interesting video because the Flyers are kind of like the most diverse group in the entire meta. Before we get into this, if you're considering a Flyer that I'm not covering, let's say Aerodactyl, where's the Aerodactyl? You didn't include my favorite Pokemon once again, you're offended once again. Just follow along with the matchups and then compare and contrast to the other Flyers to see how they differ and how you can synergize them on your team. And so we begin with the Fighters plus Rhyperior. Now, the first thing that I want you to do is separate this group right here with the Glide Boys, okay? They do different things. Do not compare the Glide Boys to these Pokemon. Instead, what you want to do is you want to compare Gliscor to Gligar, and you want to compare Charizard to Skarmory to Golbat. Alright, so let's start off with the first group. As you can see, they all clearly lose to Rhyperior. Just set that aside, but let's focus in on the fighters here, right? As you can see, Skarmory is a really bad anti-fighting flying type, which really sucks. It clearly loses to Machamp, straight Rock Slide, and for Medicham, you have to block the Dynamic Punch. And the nice thing is, even if Medicham has maxed out stats with the Body Boost, it cannot go straight Dynamic Punch. So this is maxed out, level 41. It can't double. It's not gonna get to it, right? But actually very close, as you can see, right? And so it's very important for you to know how many counters it takes to get to the Dynamic Punch, which is 8. Okay, that's 8, alright? How do you remember that? Punch 8. Punch it. Punch it. Punch 8. Okay? And then for the rest of the matches, it's very clear. For Charizard, just go straight Blast Burn. You have both of those. And then for Golbat, for Machamp, since it's super squishy, just go straight Poison Fang. And then for Medicham, just go straight Shadow Ball because Shadow Ball is super effective. Now, for the Glide Boys, this is a very important comparison point. But the first thing, the very first thing that we have to talk about with the Glide Boys is the movesets. Now, my recommendation for the Gliscor Gligar moveset is in the pinned comment down below. If you try to run the simulations with other movesets, you're gonna see that it's not as good as the one that I recommended, right? But try to run the sims, maybe that's what you're looking for. But maybe right now you're feeling lazy to check the simulations yourself, but you still don't want to believe me that these are the best movesets for these Pokemon. It's fine. It's fine, okay? We'll go through it in this video, but give me time, alright? I will call it out in this video at some point later on, but give me time. For my recommendation, I recommend Fury Cutter for Gliscor and Wing Attack for Gligar. They're much better that way. Now, since my recommended for Gligar is Wing Attack, it can actually clearly beat the fighters straight Wing Attack, Night Slash. So that those are clear matchups. Even with Medicham Body Boosted, it's still gonna beat it, okay? Now, this makes it a very good anti-fighting Pokemon, and this is one of the comparison points for the Gliscor Gligar. For Gliscor though, you still have a chance to kill all 3 Pokemon, but you have to land the Earthquake. This right here is the ideal situation, right? You bait with the Night Slash right here, and then you land the Earthquake for the kill. And so, Gligar here is clearly the much better anti-fighting Pokemon. Moving on to the Steel types, as you can see, Golbat is the stinkiest one. It loses to all 3 of these Pokemon. Skarm takes second place because it can at least beat Wormadam Trash, which is part bug, right? So your sky attacks will do neutral damage, plus you resist confusion, so you can beat that. And then Charizard here takes the lead as the best anti-steel flying type for this group, the anti-charm group. But for the Glide Boys, the shoe is now on the other foot. Okay, they're not feet. Okay, they're Glide Boys. But yes, this time, Gliscor takes the lead here as the better anti-steel Pokemon. It can beat Steelix, beat Probopass with just Earthquake. No need to bait, no need to go for the Night Slash boost. You can beat these guys straight Earthquake. That's for Steelix, for Probopass. Yeah, just straight Earthquake, okay? So this is another very important comparison point for the Glide Boys, right? Gligar is the much better anti-fighter. Gliscor is the much better anti-steel. This right here is very important. Gligar with Fury Cutter. So this is the alternate moveset from the one that I recommend. Why is it not as good as Gliscor? Here's the thing, right? It's not as deadly because Dig actually isn't enough to kill Steelix. So you can't do the same thing that Gliscor does straight Earthquake. Even if you maximize, it's basically the same thing. Okay, so this is not as good as Gliscor with the Earthquake. I mean, guys, come on, take a look at this, okay? Fury Cutter Gligar is really not as good as Fury Cutter Gliscor in this sense, but it's a really good anti-fighting Pokemon with the Wing Attack, okay? Why is Wing Attack Gliscor not as good as Wing Attack Gligar? I will explain to you later, okay? So again, it will take time, alright? Now for the set that I recommended, which is Wing Attack Gligar for Steelix and Probopass, you have to get the bait, you have to land the dig, and then you actually might have to land another Night Slash for the kill. So you have two chances to get the bait and, you know, land the dig for the kill. Now for Madame Trash there, think of that guy as more of a soft counter to these guys, right? Very soft counter, like single digit HP, but it always wins. But there is a chance for both the Glide Boys to kill Wormadam Trash, but it's very small. It's 12.5%. What do you need to do? You need to get the boost, which is unreliable. It's a very small chance, but it's information that you should have. Let's say you are on the Wormadam side. What is something that you can do to make it a sure win? Don't block the first thing. Okay, if he throws an Earthquake, it's the non-boosted Earthquake, so it's not gonna kill you. Moving on to the Ghost type coverage, this right here is a very important comparison point for the Anti-Charm Flyers, so this group right here, and the Glide Boys. But we'll see later, okay? So Charizard here was looking really good with the fighters and the steel types, but for the ghost types, no. It's very, very clear that it loses. Haunter over there doesn't even have to throw Shadow Ball, just straight Shadow Punch, has it. Now with Skarmory, at least it has the Sableye matchup, straight Sky Attack. You have that. For the rest, you lose, straight Shadow Ball. Now with Golbat, this is a complicated situation. It's a shootout, right? Try to land your Shadow Ball and block the incoming Shadow Ball type of situation. So you have to know the counts. Now, if you watched the 4 previous episodes, I'm pretty sure you know the counts, right? But let's just go through it really quickly, just as a review, okay? For Golbat, for Wing Attack to Shadow Ball, what is it? It's 8. How do you remember? Wing 8. Wing it, guys, okay? Wing 8, okay? And then for Fire Spin, Shadow Ball, it's just count Shadow, like the letters, okay? So SHADOW, that's 6 fire spins to a Shadow Ball. And then for Haunter there, super easy. Death, Deadly Balls, you remember? Death, Scythe, Deadly, Dead Balls, Death Scythe, Dead Ball Scythes type of situation, right? So Death carries a Scythe which is shaped like a 7, and you need 7 Shadow Claws to get to the Shadow Ball. Now, if you're still confused about some move counts, I have all the move counting mnemonics in the pinned comments of the various episodes. So when you're doing your reviews, just maybe like check the pinned comment, read through the weird notes that I have there for you, so that you have like something funny to kind of like remember. Now, comparing the anti-charm flying types to the Glide Boys here, at least as good as Golbat, right? So you have to land the Earthquake with Gliscor, plus you have to block the Shadow Ball. But for Gligar, here we go. It's a very, very good Ghost type Slayer. So Gligar now has 2 things going for it. Fantastic anti-fighter and it's a fantastic anti-ghost. Gliscor has the anti-steel type properties, right? So they're kind of like, you're seeing the side grade type situation, right? And you know, the nice thing about all of these matchups, the fighters plus the ghosts, you just go straight Night Slash, so it gives you a chance to get the boost, right? So I guess it's not really gonna give you a chance to throw at this HP, but still, right? If you get the boost with one of these, yeah, if you get the boost, you get the kill, plus you have a Night Slash charged up. But this is different for all the matchups, like for the fighters, for the different ghosts, right? But it's just nice that you don't have to bait. You throw one thing, all of these matches are clear, and it gives you the chance to boost. And if you get that boost, the residual damage, the extra damage that you do on the next Pokemon is gonna be nice. Now, how come you can't just slap Wing Attack on Gliscor and make it as good as Gligar? Here's the thing, right? You saw earlier that Gligar could survive a Shadow Ball. Gliscor cannot. Okay, that's with default stats. Even if we maximize, guys, even if we maximize, it's just gonna go down. Plus, you know, Marowak usually is not maximized because it's pretty hard to get like that 0 attack, right? Because it just comes from raids. And so to summarize the whole moveset differences, right, plus the stat differences, Gliscor here has the much deadlier charge move with Earthquake. Much better than Dig, okay? Deadly. Okay, can kill Steelix. So you want to have the Fury Cutter, which charges up much faster compared to the Wing Attack. Fury Cutter is 4 energy per turn. Wing Attack is 3.5 energy per turn. So you want to get to the Earthquake really fast with Gliscor, so go for Fury Cutter, Earthquake, alright? Night Slash is a given. The fast charging Fury Cutter and the deadly Earthquake make Gliscor the much better anti-steel Glide Boy. Okay? And then with Gligar, it doesn't have that Earthquake. Alright? What it has is the watered down bootleg trash version. Basically me compared to all the other YouTubers. It has Dig. Okay? All the other YouTubers are Earthquake. I'm more of a Dig. Okay? What it has over Gliscor is the bulk. It has much better stats. Okay? It's been going to the gym. Alright? So it can take that Shadow Ball from the Alolan Marowak, and so to make the matches much clearer, Wing Attack is the much better move because it's super effective against the fighters. So you just straight Wing Attack, Night Slash the fighters, straight Wing Attack, Night Slash the ghosts, and that gives it this. Alright, so moving on to the Fairies. This group is called the Anti-Charm Flying types. There you go. And the Glide Boys generally lose to the Fairies. There is one situation where you can pull off the win, but again, it's unreliable. You gotta get that boost, okay? So once again, if you don't block the first thing, it's not gonna happen. But if, let's say, you're able to get this, all right, you can kill the Fairies, all right? So just some extra knowledge. And finally, the flying types. And with the flying types, it looks like there's a lot of stuff on the screen, but it's actually very, very simple. The two dominant flyers, Charizard here and Skarm. Alright, so the two dominant flyers beat most of the other flyers. Charizard does have some problem with Golbat. That matchup is a shootout. Alright, so you have to land the Blast Burn, you have to land the Shadow Ball for you to win, and you have to block properly, so you have to know the counts. For Golbat, what was it again, guys? What was that? Wing it? Okay, so 8 for Shadow Ball. But what about Charizard? How do you count to Blast Burn? Super easy, guys. Burns, alright? Which is 5 letters, alright? So 5. Or you can think of like burn, and then think of the S as like a 5. It's kind of shaped like an S, right? Burn 5 burns type of situation, right? So yeah, 5 fire spins to a Blast Burn. Now the Glide Boys are very bad anti-flyer Pokemon. Now there is one takeaway from this. The one thing that you have to remember, right? Not the Golbat match, that's a shootout, right? But the one thing that you have to remember is that Gliscor loses to Gligar. Why? It's because of the fast attacks, right? Wing Attack is not resisted by flying ground types. Okay, but Fury Cutter is, so it's resisted by the flying type. So yeah, the one with the Fury Cutter, which is Gliscor, loses to Gligar. And so if you're looking for a fighting type that can beat the fighters clearly, also is a pretty good anti-steel Pokemon. Also, clearly beats the Fairies and also is one of the dominant flying types. Charizard is looking real good. But maybe you're looking for a flyer with very specific coverage. It covers Wormadam Trash. It also covers Sableye, which is very nice. Very good Fairy Slayer, okay? And it's also one of the dominant flying types. Skarm might be the one you're looking for. But maybe you have a team that is pretty weak to ghost types and you don't really want to add more problems with ghost. This Pokemon is a side grade to Charizard and still has the fighters, still an excellent fairy type slayer, but can actually hold its own against the ghost, right? At least with some skill, with some practice. Golbat might be what you're looking for. Now, for a pretty good generalist type Pokemon that has yellow matchups almost all around and also beats the steel types clearly, then Gliscor might be what you're looking for. But if you're looking for a generalist type Pokemon that has, again, yellow matchups almost all around, but has clear matchups against the fighters and also the ghost types and also Gliscor, then yeah, maybe Gligar is what you're looking for. And that's gonna be it for the Rose Cup Meta Simplified Guide. Yes, finally completed 5 episodes. It's been a grind, making all of these videos, but I really enjoy it and I hope that you enjoyed it as well. I hope you learned something. If you want to support the channel, check out my Patreon right there. Massive shout out to all of these people who support the channel, support me in making all of these guides, and yes, you guys you're the best. Good luck on building your team, the battle practices, and also, of course, your tournaments. Remember to leave a like, comment down below which flying types you use for your Rose Cup team. Check out the merch, subscribe if you haven't yet, ding that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. I think I might be making Go Battle League videos soon, I guess. Yeah, we'll see. Bye guys!